Good afternoon, and it's good to be here with Sue Marcy today. Sue is a 2006 graduate of the Ulster Chamber's Ulster Leadership Development Institute. Sue is a vice president at the United Way here in Ulster County, and I'm really glad to have her here to tell us a little bit about her thoughts about the program. Sue, let me ask you, why did you originally choose to enroll in the ULDI program?
I was at the United Way for it was my second year at the United Way, and I hadn't worked in Ulster County since 1985, so I was really interested in getting a broader scope of what the community was all about, what the leadership was all about, and one for my own self and also for my job itself.
So it sounds like you had already experienced some leadership positions through your career.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the level that you were coming into the United Way at.
I came into the United Way with a background of about 17 years in not-for-profit experience, varied levels of it, managerial experience, but each time, everything I had sort of built on what came before. So, and I came in to do fundraising and manage volunteers and do special events and things like that. So.
Terrific, terrific. Did you find that the range of ages and professional experiences that were amongst the participants in your class to be of value to you?
It was, because you got different perspectives. The folks that were newly managerial, or just someone in an office and somebody said, "Hey, this would be good for you to go to," and then to the gentlemen who were there 30, 40 years and like onto their second careers. It was just a nice broad scope of ages and genders and professions, and so it exposed you to that within your classmates, and it made friends I didn't expect to make.
Well, that's nice.
And still have to this day.
Yeah.
And that in addition to all the leaders that we met, it was really a great range of people to interact with.
That's good. Well, can I ask you what you found most valuable out of the ULDI program?
I think what I found most valuable at that point in my career, I had actually come from a very unhappy situation before I got this position, but I learned an awful lot about myself during that time. And for me, hearing all the different leaders speak, it really affirmed for me that there's as many different styles of leadership as there are people, and it's perfectly okay to be yourself and be a unique individual, but yet we all share similar skills, but we can apply them to our own personality and our own talents and use them to the best of our advantage. And I think for me, it certainly helped my confidence coming into a new position and newly back in the community and getting to know everyone. It really helped, and also having all those friends back in the class, all those people when you'd go to a mixer or whatever, like, hey, it was like reunion time before you even got to meet new people, so it helped a lot with that.
Sounds like it was a bit of a reaffirmation for you.
It was, it was.
It can be very, very valuable. Since you've graduated from the program, how has it impacted your life?
It has helped me it was much easier to approach new businesses when we do a workplace campaign, or if we needed to ask for volunteers or a sponsorship. It was much easier because I'd met such a broad range of people and I actually was familiar with them, or if I knew somebody, I could say, hey, could you introduce me to somebody? So it really broadened my network, I guess, was the best way it did, and also gave me a better scope of what was out there in the community, the different businesses and the different organizations that were represented, and it really helped me get a perspective on Ulster County and the clients that we serve ultimately through the United Way programs.
Yeah. Now, was your boss at the United Way a speaker during the ULDI program when you were in it?
I think Stacy's one of the most popular speakers that you have. She's always asked to come back. She's a gifted and talented speaker, and what was fun for me when she did her spiel for ULDI when I was in the class, I had actually heard much of the stories already, so what she prepares for her presentation isn't any different than how she teaches management day to day. She is a role model for me. She's been a mentor, she's a colleague, and now a very good friend. So, she lives it. It's not, and I think I found that true of many of the leaders. It wasn't, they didn't put on an act for the ULDI class. This was who they were. They took it seriously. They really wanted you to know who they were and how they got to where they are, and some of the lessons they learned along the way, and they were very happy to share those.
That's great. My last question for you, what kind of person would you recommend the ULDI program?
I would recommend anyone and everyone do it. It's so valuable. You learn, starting from right from the beginning in the retreat, you learn so much about yourself and the style of person that you are, and to the different people in your class, and to all the presenters and the folks running the program as well. It's just such a great way to get a broader perspective of this community, the business community, you know, the not-for-profit community as well, and to share your experiences also with your colleagues, and that was extremely valuable as well. So I would highly recommend anybody do it.
That's great. Thank you for talking with me today
My
about the
pleasure.
program.
It's always nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.